What's going on, Eagles Nation? It's your boy Showtime 804 checking back in with you, dropping another video this evening. First off, thanks to everybody who's already subscribed to this page. Continue to subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe, like, comment, and so we can keep this thing going. Today was a rough day. This was a tough game to watch from start to finish. There was nothing that we did good. Playing a team that's as bad as the Giants, and we look worse than we look like we belong at the bottom. And even though it's sad to say that even after the loss, we're still a game and a half ahead of them for first place. It was just bad to watch. We saw some clean football from Carson. No turnovers. That's what we expected. That's what we wanted. But he also didn't have any touchdown passes. Just ugly football. And this is one of those weeks where he doesn't get the brunt of the blame for this one. I get a lot of people try to kill him for playing hero ball, but it seems like, when he starts playing the sandlot, the backyard football, that's when we get the better results out of him, because this coaching staff is wasting his prime years, and we were seeing it right before our very eyes. Doug has got to give up the play calling. It is no way around this. You can't even justify it. I need somebody in that offensive meeting room to throw a chair, table, clipboard, whatever the case may be. Somebody's got to get in Doug's face, because what he's putting out on this field is totally unacceptable. Now, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be the head coach, but when you watch the game unfold before you, with some of the decisions that Doug goes through, it's almost like Doug is playing Madden football on his own. Situational football is not his forte, and to have those offensive minds in that building, from guys who've been offensive coordinators, who've played the game of football, who've been coaches for many years, head coaches, coordinators, position coaches, is too much football IQ in those offensive meeting rooms. And it doesn't come off that Doug is such like a hard guy to talk to, but I'm thinking his ego is getting far too ahead of what was the ultimate prize for this team to be successful. He's killing the momentum on drives. The Jalen Hurts thing is done. We know it's a bad pick. We know this. Stop trotting that guy out on that field for option left, option right. We know it's coming soon as he lines up. You're doing nothing creative. Carson Wentz lined up wide. The whole entire defense knows nothing is coming that direction, so they're cheating off of him. For once, Doug, do some kind of trick play that catches them off guard. Our offense is too predictable. It's too stale. You're killing us with drives. Miles Sanders getting hot, and then you take the ball out of his hands. Same thing with Carson Wentz. We're gaining momentum, going up and down the field at will, and you take the ball out of Carson Wentz's hands. And I'm not saying, like, to run the ball, but you're just doing plays just to call them. We don't have an identity as a football team. There's nothing that you can say that we do well other than make ourselves look like fools on television each week. And then we get the same excuse. Oh, it starts with us. We got to be better. And it's just like, what are you doing after the bye week? For a coach to be 1-4 coming out of bye weeks, that's abysmal. That's horrible. It's like, are you even trying? Do you try to pick the brains of other coaches? Are you that arrogant? And you guys remember that early in the year they asked Doug if he was going to give up the play calling, because the media knows that there's an issue. And Doug's response was, play calling is fun. It shouldn't be fun. I mean, I get it's supposed to be fun for you as being passionate about your job. But Doug laughed it off like it was some kind of joke. His play call, like he's never got a chance to call plays before. And that's also a big problem to me. He has no experience play calling. And you take Frank Reich out of the building, and now you leave it solely on Doug's shoulders, and he gets worse as the time goes on. it's just sad to be an Eagles fan is this. And I thought, watching how we played 2 weeks ago against Dallas, how bad we all felt after a win. And then to see a loss like this unfold before your eyes is just is sickening, it's heartbreaking, it's demoralizing. Miles Sanders is averaging 6.1 yards per carry, and you just don't run him the ball. I mean, even if you throw some screen passes to him, something that gets the ball in his hand. The Giants ran cover 2 man. So that means they're keeping 2 deep safeties over top of the field at all time. And Doug continuously is trying to call routes, call plays that's catering to the Giants' defensive strength. They're blitzing. There was a 3rd and 1 or 2nd and 1. It was something down in short yardage. And Doug called the play action right into the mouth of a blitz. Why? It's just like some things, like, and Doug was a quarterback. Like, you know things that's not supposed to take place. It's Carson's going to really have to go rogue and do his own thing for this team to be successful moving forward. And you hate to see that, and even to come out and say that for a player to just abandon what the coach is talking about, because Doug is killing his team. And it's his situational football. And for a guy who, like I said, he's been in the NFL, he played in the NFL. He knows what to look for. And it's like, what are you guys doing in these meeting rooms? We're down 4 points. If you kick an extra point, you go 3. Doug goes for 2. And then now you just put the team in a worse off spot where, field goal won't win it, and we're struggling. So it's not like we're just going up the field to score touchdowns. And that touchdown to Corey Clement, it was just like, wow, what is he showing you that he deserved to get that touch in the red zone? That should have went to Miles Sanders. And I know we don't play for stats, but you got to reward your guys for doing good. You just can't just, like I said, it's just sickening. And I'm getting mad all over again. And I watched the game twice. And I'm, look at other content creators and see what their take on it, and everybody's just frustrated. And we don't have any hope moving forward with this team. And I don't want to be the guy who's like, no, just tank the rest of the season for a draft pick, because even that's not guaranteed, because you got Howard Roseman who's going to pick, whoever he wants. He'll probably draft a tight end if he needs to, and knowing that we have glaring weaknesses on this team. So it's just, the draft pick thing is just not panning out. I don't want to tank for a better draft pick. Digging deeper into this game, it's just Jim Schwartz. Like, what are you thinking? You got this team just saw the Giants 3 weeks ago. And you can see where the Giants made improvements, where they weren't going to be beaten by us with the same, the same plays. They improved, and we got worse. It's almost like, Jim Schwartz admitted early in the year that he doesn't adjust game plans. So it looks like he called the same game plan that he did the previous game, and the Giants were able to correct their mistakes, but we didn't. Daniel Jones on that quarterback keeper, on the option. We knew it was coming. We as fans, we knew it was coming. But yet again, the defensive line, they're trying to play hero ball. They're crashing too far in. You know that some of these quarterbacks are going to take off and run. Their offense is just predictable as ours. They have staple plays. Daniel Jones keeping it on a quarterback option is gonna happen. Josh Sweat crashing down too far in. Derek Barnett crashing too far in. Vinny Curry, they're all doing the same thing. But I did like that Josh Sweat made the necessary adjustments. So somebody, went and talked to him. And so he made the necessary adjustment. And I read that, Connor Barwin coached the defensive line this week, and that's a good thing that took place. So he was able to, get into these guys' heads. But for our adjustments, we take too long to make adjustments. We make adjustments after a half of a game rather than making adjustments on the fly or in between series. And again, the offense is struggling. Carson Wentz is talking to Nate Sudfeld. Nate Sudfeld is going to be just like Press Taylor. He's going to be a yes man. He's going to say what he wants to hear to help keep his spirits high, and not what's going to help make a change in the game. And, the Jalen Hurts coming in for Carson as the quarterback, that's going to be a failed move. Not with this offense. And it's Carson's not playing bad enough that you could tell it's just his play where he's abysmal with the football. A lot of the mistakes are coming at the hands of the play calling, and I got to talk with some of my one of my boys the other day about what's going to happen with the structure of this team, and somebody's got to give up the reins for this power struggle for the betterment of the team, and it's probably going to take Jeff Lurie stepping in, putting the kids in timeout. If he's got to send Howie back to the broom closet, then so be it. Multiple things have to take place. Howie's going to have to, alleviate some of that control. Doug's going to have to give up some play calling because it's like the two of them are like bickering little kids and they need somebody to come and referee them. Because what I'm seeing, what's going to happen, we're going to lose some coaches. Some need to be gone, others don't. And with Howie likes to play manipulation when it comes to draft picks and the off seasons. So rather than try to fix the mess that he made with some of these bad contracts and just get out of the contracts, Howie's going to do something where we lose Deuce Staley. And you don't want to lose Deuce Staley because Deuce has been, integral and important to the emergence of the Boston Scots and the Miles Sanders. And because they came up with a new rule, if you lose a minority coach to a higher position, then you receive somewhere like a 3rd round or 4th round pick. And Howie is, devilish enough to try to go ahead and sacrifice a coach for a 3rd round pick and then pick somebody that we won't need. Because as you saw today, JJ, I think a Whiteside, a 2nd round pick from a year ago was a healthy scratch. Now that is bad business when you have a healthy scratch for a 2nd round pick. And we're not talking about how Sidney Jones was just trying to get his feet under him because he had a devastating injury. This is a guy where we completely missed on this pick. Travis Fulgham didn't have a good game today. Jason Kelce, the game was pretty much lost on him as well. We had far too many bad snaps, and they were drive killers. You can live with one bad snap. Get that out your system. But to have 3 and then to trip your quarterback up, it looked like Jason Kelce was getting worked by Leonard Williams and Dalvin Tomlinson and Dexter Lawrence. And, rather than saying, hey, let's shift to some protection and slide this or slide that, he was trying to rush his snap so that way he can avoid getting beat. And, again, it's bad. And with Jalen Reagor, we thought, moving him back to punt return duties was going to help. It's like they're just not talking about things in these meeting rooms. If the ball goes over your head inside the 10-yard line, you let it bounce. Inside the 15, you let it bounce. He's letting the ball go over his head with inside the 20, at the 20, giving up field position. And it was just, like I said, this game was just bad. We got Cleveland next week. It's not making me feel any better. We're going to have Baker Mayfield looking, like the second coming of Joe Montana, the way this team played. Like I said, we've just got to find something that we do well, and we need to figure out what that is. If we're going to be a running football team, to be a running football team. There's no shame in that, but it's like Doug just gets in his head, because he's a quarterback. He wants to put 50 points on the board. We haven't even scored 30 points this year, and you trying to go for a 50 burger. And no, we need to find an identity, figure out what we're going to do, and do that well. Jim Schwartz, this game was bad, just flat out bad. Somebody's got to move Jalen Mills out that safety spot. It's not for him. Nickel Ruby Coleman, the slot guard, no more. Take that out your bio. That's not you. That time is come and gone. I would like to see Maddox in the slot, Jaquette at the outside corner opposite of Slay. Slay's a man corner. Let the man play man coverage. But try to salvage the rest of this day. Try to look forward to next week. I see y'all when I see y'all. Fly, Eagles, fly.